are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the Co-Star, the official newspaper of the Borough of Belmar, and the Asbury Park Press on December 13, 2023. A notice of this meeting was posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops and first responders. Okay, thank you.
First up, we got a workshop. Any council people have any items for the workshop before I start? No? Okay, I just have a few things. First, I would like to, thank our fire department. Some of you may know there was a fire in the Como. I believe it was last week, and they did a great job fighting the fire and actually limiting it to the one structure. I took a ride afterwards, and I wasn't familiar with the area, but I could see that the homes were fairly close. So it was really a good job confining it to that one piece of property. So thanks again to the fire department and all of our first responders that responded to that fire. The second thing is, once again, DPW did a great job, storm prep and cleaning up after the storm. I think thankfully we didn't get that much snow, so it was kind of manageable, but the freeze afterwards really was a little bit not what we really needed, but thankfully things are warming up. So again, thanks to DPW for their efforts. Two other things you may have seen that we're having a special meeting on February 6th, just for the purpose of approving a Green Acres application. We have to have a hearing according to the procedures, so we will have a meeting on that day just to have the hearing and approve the application for the Green Acres grant. And on February 7th, the next evening, we're having a town hall meeting with, we've invited all the business owners in town to come and meet with us to talk about the future of the Belmar Business Partnership and whatever else they may want to discuss at that point. Mr. Kane and I met with some individuals from the BBP last week, and it's never really been what it was since the pandemic. And the one individual who's kind of been spearheading it, Mike Hay, I think it's Hayes, he sold the Tandem Inn and he's out of town. So, basically they need new leadership in order to keep that going, if they want to keep that going. So the purpose of the town hall is really to just get input from the businesses as to what they want to do, and then we will, act accordingly. So obviously the public is also invited to come. So that'll be on February 7th, and I believe it's at 6 o'clock, and it'll be here. And that's all I have for workshop. Anything else? Okay. Let us move on then to petitions.
I have not received any petitions.
Okay. Approval of the minutes.
Can I have a motion to approve the December 30th, 2023 minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'm just going to make one little correction. It's actually the December 29th minutes. Just
Thank you.
a typo there.
Councilman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckafesco?
Yes.
Councilman Rondinero?
Yes.
Councilman Levis?
Yes.
Next, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the January 2nd, 2024 meeting?
Motion?
Second.
Okay, Councilman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckafesco?
Yes.
Councilman Rondinero?
Yes.
Councilman Levis?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, reports of council, Councilwoman Donovan.
Thank you, Mayor. I feel like it's been a while. All right. A big thank you out to the Belmar Women's Club. They had their big fundraiser just a week ago. They had 229 tickets sold, 207 baskets, which were painstakingly put together by members of the Belmar Women's Club. Notably Carol Capoli, were won by attendees, and thousands were raised for education initiatives and scholarships. So a huge thank you to the Belmar Women's Club. It was a wonderful event. The Environmental Commission, we're happy to say we've moved forward with our Silver Lake team. We will be meeting soon to go forward. That obviously goes far beyond the geese. We will be discussing different ways, different organizations we can partner with to better Silver Lake, and how we want to raise money for that, probably a multi-pronged approach. I will be updating accordingly, and I encourage anyone who's interested to reach out. We have members of the public and the Environmental Commission on there, and I'm really excited about that moving forward. I can also tell you, I've spoken with Mr. Musso here, that we have officially received the equipment for the lake, the lights and the lasers, and it seems like those will be putting into place, weather permitting, as soon as possible. So, and again, I encourage people, residents, to report back. My email is cdonovan@belmar.com. Let me know what you think. Happy to hear from you. Tourism Commission, we also have met. We are also doing just great. We are moving forward with plans for San Gennaro and the Seafood Festival. Very exciting things coming up, and other initiatives that I think are going to be really great for bolstering business in town. And last, Harbor Commission. I actually had my first Harbor Commission just last week. Very exciting. Council President Levis wasn't there, so he threw me into the deep end. And apparently I am the thing that makes a long meeting happen, because sure enough, it went very long, but it was a great meeting. We had a lot of attendees there. And one outcome was that we are looking into revising perhaps the definitions of charter versus party vote, just to make it very clear and easier to enforce those rules for the betterment of all. We also talked a bit about benches, which I was happy to talk to RBA about. We think we have room, we might be able to make some benches, if not in the marina itself, perhaps over in the park. Is there anything else we want to? Okay. And that is it.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Kinney.
Thank you. Over at the Parks and Recreation side, Mr. Trubu in Recreation told me that the Junior Guards sign-ups start this Friday. So Junior Guards is going to be launching. We're expected to have a big turnout again at Kids Junior Guards. And the Easter egg hunt is set for March 16th. The rain date will be March 23rd. And then I also met with Mr. Kane, and he let me know that there's going to be big plans to help with improvements for McCleary Park, right? With some of our grant money is going to go to improving and pickleball. Oh yeah, that's right. That's going to happen at the special meeting, right? So we'll talk about that, but that's going to be coming up soon. At the Shade Tree Commission, we were able to, at the end of the year last year, purchase 6 large Japanese lilac trees. It's going to be kind of determined where we want to plant those around town, and where we think they will do best. And then around the schools, Belmar Elementary School has their daddy-daughter dance this Friday. Spelling Bee is next, the February 7th, and the Board of Ed meeting is February 8th. And they also have a 100th Day of School fashion show on February 9th. That sounds like a really fun event. Is that a PTA event?
All I can tell you is that my daughter is still on one of my husband's shirts and is gluing thingamabobs on it. There need to be 100, and I asked her what a thingamabob was, and she told me, you know, a whatchamacallit. So we're all very interested.
Got it. Alrighty, and then both St. Rose Grammar School and St. Rose High School have Catholic Schools Week all next week. Lots of events planned for both the high school and the grammar school. January 31st next week, there is a Dine to Donate event for the grammar school. If you would like to eat at Vic's, a portion of your check will be donated back to St. Rose Grammar School. St. Rose High School this coming Saturday, they have their Robert Burns dinner, but also hosted by the high school. All the money will help support the St. Rose High School pipe bands, Irish food, Irish dancing. You can purchase tickets at stroshighschool.com. And lastly, last night, the St. Rose varsity girls basketball and boys basketball both played Manasquan High School, and both of them won big. St. Rose girls beat the Manasquan girls by 8, and the boys varsity won by 19, which puts them at like 17-1 or something. So try to get to a boys basketball game. It's been really exciting year. And then the last thing I want to announce is that the skate park, we are having our first fundraiser coming up March 23rd. It's going to be an all-ages event at Salty's, and 12 to 6, so it's going to be a day event with bands, and we're hoping raffles and prizes and things like that to raise money for the skate park. I will have lots more information about that to come, and so stay tuned for that, but that's really exciting too. And then I would just like to say that all Councilwoman Donovan, Councilwoman Ronzanero, and myself all went to Chief Steve Hudson's retirement dinner this past Saturday, which was also a really, really nice event. Chief Scott was also there. A lot of people attended, and it was just really nice of them to invite us and include us. So really, congratulations to Steve too. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Montanaro.
Thank you, Mayor. I also wanted to express my gratitude to the Belmar Fire Department, Police Department, EMS, and all of the local responding companies for the heroic response on the fire on 15th. Also, there is a GoFundMe page for the owner of the home, Tracy Julius, who's a well-known member of the Belmar community. So if you'd like to donate to the family during this difficult time, you can look up her name on GoFundMe. Hats off to the Women's Club. That was really amazing. Belmar Housing Authority, according to Executive Director Paul DeSantis, the main elevator has 3 to 4 weeks to go in its repair. And currently the elevator 2 is successfully being used. February is a very busy month at the public library. This is the Year of the Dragon and the Chinese New Year celebration, which is Saturday, February 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Taylor Pavilion. There's going to be dancing and music. The My Young Dance Company of East Brunswick will be there performing, and we'll have some food samples from Triple Green Restaurant here in Belmar. So please register to attend on the library's website. Also, the library celebrates Black History Month with a presentation by Fred Carl, founder of InfoAge Science Center, on local American heroes of color defending our nation, where he tells the stories of Belmar region patriotic Americans of color who worked in secrecy in the defense of our nation. And that is Wednesday, February 7th at 5 p.m. at the library. Meet Presidents Ulysses S. Grant and Theodore Roosevelt at library's Living History presentations as professional historian actors portray them in character. And this will be in celebration of President's Day. The first one will be February 17th at 11 a.m. And the first time author event will be this Saturday, February 10th. So I guess it's not this Saturday. It will be Saturday, February 10th at 10 a.m. And that's with authors Jennifer Clearwaters and Cynthia O'Connell as they discuss their new book, The Elevation Principles, and how to make sustainable life change one step at a time. The library is happy to announce the reopening of the lower level Tarzan Media Room for the public. It had water damage prior, and that's been all taken care of. So we're happy to have that back for workspace, study groups, meetings. Please see the library's website for scheduled quiet work and study hours for the week. And then the last thing that I have is thank you to John Walsh for help with the graphics. I did make up a flyer for Code Blue and resources that you can call for statewide helpline, which is 211. This would help anyone who is facing homelessness or who needs shelter, especially during the colder times. Also, it has information about social service numbers that will actually give you the direct line to the person you need, and gives a way to find your nearest food pantry by just texting a number in, and that's from Fulfill. So thank you to the residents who really care about working to help our homeless population, people who are at risk. And thank you to Mayor and Council for supporting it. I went around to the businesses, the schools, the churches, the police station, and the library will have this on hand as well. And I'll update it as, because this is winter resources, the warming centers will be different from our spring resources. Thanks.
Council President Levis.
Thank you, Mayor. Just like to announce that the first parade fundraiser in Belmar is happening this Sunday at Ring the Grill from 2 to 6. I'd also like to say that Tri-Shore Little League registration is now open. If your children are interested in playing softball or t-ball or baseball, that's the league we all use here. It's a good time. You might be coaching softball this year, so we'll see. It's been a good season. I'd also like to ask Administrator Kane, I know we're rejecting the bids here for the marine improvements that we were looking at for the pilings based on the prices coming out being astronomically high. I know we were trying to capitalize on the fact that there was a group already in Neptune doing some work. I just want to know that those pilings will be part of the larger scope again when this does go out to bid again for the bigger marine project, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah, because we talked about the top priority is the fuel dock has to be totally replaced, and what we're gonna do is take that money that was allocated for these pilings, just move it into that fuel dock and do it all at the same time. Hopefully this time next year. We need to get everything in place in the spring for the work to be done next year. But what happened is that the company that was in doing the dredging in Neptune picked up a bid packet, but never submitted a bid. And that had the barge already there. The two that did submit had to bring a float barge in from the ocean and just drove the price way up, and we just couldn't do it with, the bids are just way higher than the engineer's estimate.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay,
I'm sorry, can I just ask about the fuel dock again? So the fuel dock won't be completely repaired this summer?
Yeah, so what happened is the middle section, as we know, the middle section of the fuel dock, the floats gave way and the supports were gone. So what we had to do was shut down the pumps to the left side, the middle and the left side, and to close that dock off so the marine operated basically with one pump throughout the majority of the summer. So what we've done is we've made the repairs to the dock, and now what they're doing is Maggio Electric is in there currently doing the electric work on JK&L docks. They're going to redo the conduit that runs on the fuel dock, and then what's going to happen is we're going to be able to charge the fuel lines back up. So this summer, the fuel dock will be fully operational. But the top priority of the marina work going forward is to replace the fuel dock entirely. So this is just a fix now to get the pumps up and running for this season, with the idea it's going to be a brand new fuel dock going forward.
Great, thank you. Thanks for the update.
okay, I attended the library board meeting, and, Councilwoman Rondinero stole some of my
Sorry.
materials. That's okay.
That was a lot.
That's okay, but I still have some things to report on. In terms of the leaders of the board, Sharon Russell Fowler was elected president once again. Michael Shackert was elected vice president. Darlene Havens treasurer, and Pat Hutchinson secretary for another year. Sworn in were Casey Cashley and Danielle Arnold. There was some talk about the continuing ongoing renovation of the bathrooms and the downstairs space, which now I understand is completed and going to be open. New windows for the library should be shipped by the end of January. There was extended discussion on all the different library programs and how they interplay with some of our recreation programs, and you'll get a lot more detail when you see the Secretary, Pat Hutchinson's minutes, because I'm terrible at taking minutes. So if you want detail, go to the library site, and the minutes will eventually be up there. There was a discussion on the strategic plan That's a big event coming up for the library, and there was an extended discussion on how to get that message out to the residents, so that all the residents will know and have input into that plan. There is the living history events, which Councilman Ardenaro left me a few things that I can talk about here. There's also going to be did you mention President Ulysses S. Grant is coming on Saturday, February 17th at 11, and then President Theodore Roosevelt is coming on Saturday, February 24th, and Harriet Tubman is scheduled for Saturday, March 2nd at 11 a.m. And I think that kind of hits all the high points for the library. Anything else? No? Okay, then we can move on to our consent agenda for resolutions.
Okay, if anyone from the public would like to speak regarding a resolution listed on the consent agenda, please step forward, state your name and address.
I will remind the public, we started the 5-minute rule at the last meeting, so I have my trusty timer here, and Councilwoman Rondinero will verify that the time is accurate. So, as April said, if anyone has a comment, please come up to the mic, state your name and address.
Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to close the public session?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the resolutions as listed on the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes.
Mayor Buckafusco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rondinero?
Yes.
Councilman Levis?
Yes.
Okay, next we have first reading and introduction of ordinance 2024-1. This is a bond ordinance providing for the acquisition of a 2024 ambulance and ancillary equipment appropriating $330,000. Do we have a motion to offer this for first reading and introduction?
A motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Councilwoman Donovan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinney?
Yes, but I actually have a question about this. Can we discuss this for 1 second, or do we all have to vote right now? I just want to know if the bond is going to be completely on Belmar to pay for, or, yeah, because this is, as a shared service agreement, this is something that's going to be shared with.
I actually asked that question earlier today. The way it's going to work is Belmar and Manasquan will be paying 35% of the cost, which is $115,500 each. Lake Como and Seagirt will have a cost of $49,500 each.
Okay.
Because it's such a low amount, the bond is a formality more than anything else, because it's likely that that amount will be paid off towards the end of 2024. So it's not like a 20-year bond or a 15-year. They probably won't even have to issue notes for it. So that's, because I had the same question.
Yeah.
But that it's apportioned amongst all the borough, all the towns that are part of the EMS shared service.
Okay, wonderful. Then yes.
Okay, Mayor Buckafusco?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rondinero?
Yes.
Councilman Levis?
Yes.
Okay, so now we just have the regular public session. If anyone would like to speak, please remember to state your name and address when you come up.
Good evening, everybody. Linda Sharkus, 4th Avenue. I've missed a couple meetings, so I'd like to get updates on a few things. One is the pavilion. I overread what was going on in terms of architectural plans and engineering plans. And as of the date that I did my search, there was nothing available. So my question to you, have those plans been completed? And when is the plan to go out for an RFP?
The plans have been completed, but for, I think, some technical, I think it's the piping and wiring utilities parts of that. But it's, again, I'm trying to remember from our conversation with Jim Morris, but it's there because we want to get it done the plan's done, so that we go out to bid for the, someone to actually do the construction.
Correct, you're correct, Mayor, and it's really just some utility line work that needs to be rerouted, so they're just adjusting the plans accordingly.
What was the second part of your question?
So what I'd like to mention is that since the floor-to-ceiling doors are being replaced by windows, have you looked at the height of the windows off the floor? Because if you're sitting at a table, I would hope we still have a view.
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Short answer, yes.
yes.
So,
They're gonna be over they're going to be level with the railing outside, is that what my understanding was?
Correct.
okay. This second question is 12th and Main. You said probably a couple meetings ago, had I been here, I would have asked the question because that was the time you were supposed to have an answer. So what is 12th and Main going to be used for?
Well, we don't know at this point, but I can answer the question in another sense. We are waiting for I think it's remedial action, something or another, from the LSRP, because we need to remedy the contamination that is there. And so that's the next step. We're definitely going to move forward with that. Everyone wants to see that get done, and at that point, we will be discussing with the public what the pros and cons are of utilization of that property.
And what is the time frame in which we need to use the $300,000?
There is no time frame. There is no time frame.
Okay. And my last question is kind of old business. I was wondering, what is the outcome of the review regarding emails in the call log for the dispute with the fire department and Mr. King?
I don't
Business
know.
Administrator.
I think you're referring to the investigation that was asked for by
Yes,
Councilman
by
Levis.
council, yes.
I defer to
Mayor,
Council.
Mayor, I have concluded all the reviews that I need to review, and I'll have a report to the mayor and council by the next meeting.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Anyone else?
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor and Council, Tom Madigan, 604 10th Avenue, and I just wanted to see how I could get some information on how to go about getting a resolution to return the beach parking to the pre-pandemic days. I had sent you an email, we've been.
Yes, I saw that today, actually.
Yeah, we've been going back and forth with this, and I think I had come to a council meeting last year, but it was like too late in the season. I thought if it's something that could be, at the very least, returned to Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend instead of the beginning of May to the end of September. And it's just, a lot of people are counting on, the parking down at the Mayfair Hotel in Charlotte. So I didn't know how to go about that.
Well, I think the answer directly to you would be, I do still want to look at the overall parking situation there and what effect it might have if we change the dates. Again, I have no vested interest in whether it's May 1st, May 15th, or May 31st. Obviously, it will affect revenue that we get from that,
Yeah.
but I have yet to really take a look at what, how much of an impact that would be. And so we're definitely going to take a look at that and some other things that might have to do with the parking situation. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen well before May 1st.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I waited last year,
Right.
so I wanted to kind of bring it to your attention. Because
You'll definitely have an answer either way or some compromise in between on that.
Okay, yeah.
As soon as possible, as soon as we can all meet and have that discussion.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I appreciate your time, thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, April.
Can I have a motion to close the public session and adjourn the meeting?
Motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
What happened?